Hi, my name is Ahmed,
Hi, my name is Mo.
and this is how I found the truth.
Growing up Muslim, we only went to God when it was beneficial for us. Whenever we were struggling, whenever we felt a need for something to happen, we went to Allah and said, okay, help us.
If people asked, I would say I was Muslim, but I would really not act like it. I didn't feel anything towards it. I didn't feel any spirit. I felt empty. And most Muslims, I don't know if they'll admit it, but deep down I know that, for me at least, that I had this emptiness almost, that this unfulfillment, to where I really had a hard time believing in God or trusting that there is a God in such a broken world.
In a Muslim culture, shame was an extremely big thing. If you brought shame into the family, you would have to pay the consequences for it. There was a time with my mom where her brothers hung her on a tail pole and were going to electrocute her because of shame, because of a person that came and told them something happened. My uncle comes running and he looks at his brother and he's like, why are you doing this? And it's like, what are you doing? Put her down. I was there when my mom was hung up, and I was watching it, and it was really devastating to see my mom at that point, and she was weeping and crying. Her father was right there, and he was sitting there watching, and he's saying, let it happen. It's okay. She deserves it.
I didn't have anybody. I didn't have my mom. I didn't have my dad. I didn't have anybody to hold me and tell me, you are valued. You are my son. And growing up like that, I felt like I was abandoned. I was forgotten.
I never had a father figure. I never had that. My father was in and out. He would cheat on my mom. He would go sleep with different women and then come back.
Since the age of 4, my dad would... my dad would suffocate me with a pillow till I couldn't breathe, and
my dad would tie me and my brother in the closet.
Through all that, I felt like powerless and useless. I felt like, I can't even help my mom get out of this situation. Like, I just felt all these burdens on me at such a young age, and through my dark times in Iraq, I felt like I had one person that was there looking out for me, and it was my grandfather. My grandfather was he had deep connections with Saddam Hussein. My mom was labeled unclean back home, and so my family members did not want to associate themselves with my mom or who she was. Her brothers and uncles wanted to kill her if they found her, and she had to go into hiding. And through all that, my grandfather, he would come into hiding and give us food without anybody knowing. He was doing a run on the wrong side of town. He was doing taxi work, and some ISIS soldiers had seen him and his taxi, and they grabbed him out of the car and they kidnapped him. Through the phone, they shoot him 3 times in the head, and we could hear it throughout the phone. And then they dump his body in a trash can, and they take pictures and they send it to our family. I honored this man. I loved this man. This guy was like a father I never had, and just seeing him lifeless through pictures, it really darkened my heart to the world.
First encounter that I've had with God was when me and my brother were outside saying, if there's a God out there, then show yourself.
The first time I had an encounter with God was when I hadn't ate in 4 days because my dad didn't want to provide. And so I get on my knees and I'm praying. I'm like, if there's a God out there, if you're real, if you're out there, please provide for me, because I am starving right now. And I actually believed something inside of me. I felt like he was gonna provide, even though I didn't believe in him, and surely he'll provide, Like, I'm in desperate need. He's gonna come through. And me and my brother are outside with no shoes, and
I noticed that there's a guy running at a point, at a view, and as he's running, he sees me, and I was barefoot. At the time, it was really hot, and as we're walking on the floor, like our feet was burning. And as he approaches us, he was a U.S. general.
This general named General Petraeus comes up to me and my brother, and which we didn't know was such a big figure at the time. We just thought he was an American soldier. He brings my mom outside, and he brings a translator, and he's telling my mom, why doesn't your son have any shoes?
And my mom goes on and tells him that she's in a really bad place right now, and she doesn't have enough funds or money to provide to get us shoes. And then he calls in a unit, and he brings them in, and then these units open their cars, and they're just bringing us Gatorade bottles and food and just providing for us. And after getting to know the general, he offered my mom a job with the U.S. Army.
A few years down the line, my mom was getting opportunities to work with them. She basically moved up the ranks to where like she was a translator, and she was known. She had gotten a name with the American Army. And then all of a sudden it turned around to where like all my family loved my mom all out of nowhere, and my dad started coming around more. He was telling her that he loved her.
And after she made her way up to a translator, she started getting threats because she was working with the U.S. Army. And before you know it, the general, he's like, we can't keep you here because it's very dangerous for you. And as he comes and tells my mom, he's like, how would you like to go to America? And my mom was just very happy because she saw that as an opportunity. There's hope for my kids now. There's hope for my kids to get out of that situation. They can have a better future. As we get to the U.S., we just kind of look for the Arab community because that was our first instincts. Okay, how can we blend in?
There was an Arabic community where we were at, and they had told us about, churches are providing food, they're providing furniture, they're providing clothes. We had looked into it, like, we're just gonna go into this church, get what we need, we're not gonna talk to them because, we still had our Muslim background. Just walking in through the church doors, I felt the Holy Spirit just struck me. As soon as I walked in, everybody's looking at me and my family, and they have these crazy smiles on their faces. Like, why are they smiling? Like, these people don't know us. Why are they smiling? Why are they so happy? And right there and then I knew, I was like, whatever they have, I want that. I want to be happy like that.
There was this guy by the name David. He was just going around the community, just helping Arab people, just helping them, and just feel like he was spreading the gospel, just telling them about Jesus. And he got us connected through a church in upstate New York that we came to know, and they just start to love on us. They're like, oh, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? They just wanted to get to know us. They wanted to build a relationship.
This family had gotten close to us from the church that was providing, we just wanted the stuff and get out, but they had reached out, treated us like family. They didn't, the thing about them that was weird, they didn't push their religion on us. They didn't push Christianity onto us. They just kept coming week after week, taking us to church every Sunday. And little by little, I found out that that's the thing that was making them happy. That was the thing that was that I was missing in my heart. That's what I needed.
I started having questions. I'm like, who is this guy that you guys are talking about? I'm like, I want to know. After knowing who he is, going to church and getting my questions answered, I came to know him and I accepted him into my life.
2014, 2015 is when I was like, God, I want to give my life to you, and I want to give you my whole heart. And Islam's teaching is do this, do that. You can't get into heaven unless you do all these good deeds. Experiencing Jesus and God, I'm like, there is nothing I have to do. God already loves me for who I am. There is nothing I could do on earth that will make me right with God. And it's so simple, but looking at it, like if you believe in him, you're gonna adapt to his values and his morals. And every day I wake up, I go, I want to be more like Jesus.
It came to a point where I did trust him. I said, okay, Lord, I'm choosing to trust you. I'm giving you my life, and I'm giving you full authority of everything that I have. Aligning myself with the Lord has shown me how God can transform your life. and what He can do through it all. And He really showed me my purpose. He showed me what I was meant to be. And trusting Him and putting my faith in Him, man, He showed me He has value for me and that He is my Father. Even though that father perspective for me was ruined, the Lord was telling me, I'll make up for that. I'll show you what a father is.
Jesus is giving us blueprints on how to live our lives. When He says, I am the way, the truth, and life, I feel like it's a navigation system on how to live my life, how to be more like Jesus.
There's hope that there's more to it than just a feeling like you have to earn your way to something. That there's more to it than just that, and there's hope that there's something out there that's better than what you think there is. That there's a God out there that loves you and has value for you, and that whatever you're going through, He will show you that.